Why do you not mute it for some reason? Alright, try
It's
again.
okay if you're scared.
Okay, he's muted. Big Chum, I don't want the Big Chum. Alright, so, okay, so Leila, you want me to address Tom?
It was Justin, mainly.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not gonna waste time with that. Look, I just want to go. I just want a server. I didn't even want to. Look, I'll just state my case, right? I didn't even want a server, to come to the server, right? I only came in because Leila didn't want to go into Krillism because of, I guess, what he does with kicking and banning or whatever, right? So she like told me that she was only going to play if I came in here, right? I don't want to be in here, and she doesn't want to be in Krill. So the obvious next option was just to create a server where she didn't have to worry about Krill banning her or kicking her. And I can get away from most of you guys. So, yeah,
What does this have to do with
Is
anything?
there anything else I should say?
Layla, what did you go and report? Because he's commenting on the wrong thing.
I can't hear Justin, so.
What's the point of this?
Layla, you fucking idiot. You didn't even tell him the right thing.
1 second. They're obsessed with me. And that I'm wrong for talking to you.
Why would you be wrong talking?
Boy, you are completely.
They think I should block you and cut you off from all communication.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. You are so misconstruing what was said to you. And you know what's funny, Layla?
What do you mean, Molly? You said that I should cut him off from all communication.
You said, what should I do? And I said,
Tom, what is your sidekick
cut
doing?
him off.
This is horrible.
You know, because this is no, right quick.
I'm doing something. Like I'm in the middle of something. That's why I brought Dio in to talk to you guys about whatever you want to talk about.
Because you don't want to deal with it. Because again, you're going to play innocent, and this has been an issue that has been brought up. It was brought up on Bacon Bones channel. I even said it to you before, and now you're playing. It's no. This is silly. Just do you, Layla.
Molly, what is your problem?
I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what Layla's trying to fix.
Look, I just like to play fucking Dark Souls. Somebody likes to play Dark Souls. It's not particularly Leila. It could be Woody. Woody's much. Actually, I just found that Scarlet likes Dark Souls too.
That's definitely not true.
Tom, if you don't pin him on this obsession,
look,
here.
I've said, like, Leila, you do whatever you want. It's whatever. But Molly, why are you involved in this?
Why are you coming in involved in this? This is a discussion that we were having, and she asked you to come in.
What do you mean it's about him, Molly?
No, we were talking to you.
I love this. Layla's like teaming up with the guy that's obsessed with her. This is amazing.
I'm actually surprised.
I'm just like so sick of this conversation.
You conniving little bitch.
I feel like because Dio's not in the conversation, you guys can just basically say whatever you want.
If he'll
do you really think that we wouldn't say whatever we want?
Leila, what are they saying about why are they telling you that you should cut it off with me? What do they think?
That you're madly in love with me or something.
So it's silly.
Yeah, that's silly.
This is
that's silly.
That's so silly.
On a fucking breakdown right now.
I see stalking victim defending.
Look, for like the 50th time, I'm multitasking.
Look, the point is...
Okay, is there anything else I need to address? Can I go back to my server?
I'm positive I'm right about his obsession, so if you want to address it...
That's silly, you guys are silly. Alright. Good luck. No.
Hold on, Dio, just 1 second.
What?
Dio, you still there?
What? Yes, what?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, you gotta admit though, like, it's not just like simply someone to play Dark Souls with, right? You're like there is a hierarchy. You would prefer Leila over playing with Scarlet or Woody for sure, right? That much is just certain, right?
This is dumb. Alright, is that it?
This is what Leila brought you in
Good
for.
luck. Bye.
Wow, Tom. I let that go just because Leila was involved.
Surprised the shit out of me.
I can't believe that you actually expected. I can't believe that you actually expected him to come up and say, yes, these are all true. Leila, this isn't one or two people that have come in and noted this and have commented on it. It's almost the fucking entire room. So it's a sort of case where if everyone's telling you you're dead, it's time to lie down.
I'm a little confused by what just happened on multiple accounts.
I'd pop you on 1,000.
Oh my more.
I'm confused because Leila didn't even tell him what the claim was. Brought him in and he just said nothing relevant. And then Tom just sat there, immobilized, with the easiest target I've ever seen in my fucking life walk in the room.
Who, Dio? He's fragile right now. You gotta be careful.
I think Layla's the target, Tom. Leila just did the dumbest thing she possibly could have done. All she did was amplify that controversy right there. Grabbing Dio. Grabbing the guy that we have evidence is obsessed to talk about his obsession. And then not even discussing it.
Look, so I'm not going to attack you. I'm going to try to approach this from just like a reasonable standpoint. What would it look like to you?
Why are you guys so interested? Like, I'm just sick of having this conversation over and over and over again for months and months about Dio and how I'm not acting properly in relationship to Dio. I think Dio needs to like sort out his own stuff, and it has no relation to me and my actions because of how I've conducted myself, right? Like, I have no qualms about how I've conducted myself around Dio. And so, like, for people to constantly come after me over and over and over again about how Dio is obsessed with me or Dio said this thing about me, it's like, I'm sick of the conversation, to be honest, guys.
Well, look, I understand, Leila, but look, this is exactly what's going on is what goes on every day. It's this. When someone makes a claim and can't see a truth for what it is, we're renowned in the community for hammering down on that person no matter what the subject. This is one of those situations. That it's not that anyone in the community hates you. It's that given the way that you talk, no one in here can understand how you can't blatantly see what is just so extremely obvious in front of your face. Maybe this.
What do you think is so extremely obvious?
This is what I personally think. I think that you are extremely naive when it comes to seeing how men interact in the way that was described, as opposed to this magical fairy tale land where you think that most guys can just be friends in a lot of instances. It's rare that really happens with men. And in Dio's case, when he has that sort of pathology, it's even more rare. This is sidestepping the fact that we've known.
So it literally wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter who I interact with. Look, this is a majority male server. Mm-hmm. This is what it comes down to with Ken too. He basically just says like, you shouldn't be on here. That's what it comes down to. Because
no,
any
that is not what it
interactions
comes
that
down
you have with these guys, if they develop feelings or if they have some
No.
kind of obsession, then it's your fault for being in here.
No, that's not what we're saying is that there is extreme evidence, right? There's a difference between not knowing whether X amount of people could turn into that, and there being an extreme amount of evidence that in one specific case there is, people have told you, and
right, but I've had explicit, look, as I've said before multiple times, I explicitly said that I was married from the very beginning, right? But because of the certain things that Dio said and the inappropriateness of some things, I've had explicit conversations specifically with him, like being very clear on my intentions and stuff. So then what he does, from that information forward, if he develops like this irrational still liking or something like that, or thinking that like something's still going to happen, that's not on me. Like I've developed, I've set out my intentions, I've set out the like guidelines for a friendship relationship.
But you realize that's like drinking vodka in front of an alcoholic and saying it's not my fault that you're in danger of drinking, right?
Yep. The issue is no one's making prescriptions, but when you say, oh, you don't think he has romantic feelings for you, come on. Like, let's be real.
No, all I said is that he plays up. He's told me that he plays up. Look, I acknowledge that Dio is inappropriate things, right? I've acknowledged that he said like awkward, kind of cringy stuff in relation to me, right? But I've had conversations after the fact, like clearing things multiple times, like this isn't just a one-time thing. After I have like conversations like this, I always have to clear things up with Dio afterward. And so it's not like I'm not doing anything. I'm still doing stuff after people have told me the cringy thing said was he's told me that he plays it up more for attention. I'm not saying that's always the case, not attention, but like for the jokes or for the laughter, right?
So what do you think it would look like?
I'm
if
not
he
saying,
was
look,
actually
Declan,
obsessed
I'm
with
not
you then?
saying that that's always the case. I think that he still
I
has said
understand.
like
I
great things,
understand.
right? But I'm saying it is the case that he is playing it up for like the comedic effect.
So if that were to be granted, what would it look like if we were right then? Since you believe we're wrong, what would it look like in a world in which Dio was in fact obsessed?
Like I'm not even saying that you're wrong, right? Like I'm acknowledging that Dio has said inappropriate stuff to me. I can't say I don't think he's obsessed, right? Like I think that's a strong term, but I acknowledge that he said inappropriate, cringy, awkward stuff in relation to me. But from that information, I've had conversations with Dio, like outlining what is like appropriate or
Do
whatever.
you understand the claim?
That
The claim-
Dio is obsessed?
No. The claim is that the measures you've taken have done nothing to stop Dio from developing feelings. And if you want evidence of that,
How is that like my responsibility though?
I mean, look, it depends, right? So here's the fact of the matter. If you don't want to do anything about it, then you're just acknowledging a situation where he's going to develop feelings, right? And you can just tell people.
But I have done things about it.
Okay, but I'm going to repeat the claim. What you've done
Even
so
if it's
far-
not effective, it's not like I haven't done things about it. I have
Look,
done things about it. And I think he has
you
adjusted
spend
his
more
behavior
time
from
with
the very
Dio.
beginning.
Look, you
At the
spend
very
more time
beginning,
with
he
Dio.
told me he
Listen to me.
like he was
You're
way
just
more
over-talking
inappropriate
now.
than when
Let me
he is
explain
now.
to you. Let me explain to you. The person
Yeah, I'm
who has
addressing your specific claim, Justin. You're saying that it's been ineffective, and I think
Layla,
that
I'm gonna
I
talk
don't think
whenever
it's
you're
been
done,
entirely
okay?
ineffective.
All right, so I'm going to get out my words now. You ready? You spend more time with the person that's empirically more obsessed with you than anybody else in the room. What does that say?
I don't
Right?
think
Like,
that's even
you spend-
true.
Are you fucking joking right now? You're telling me that
No.
you talk to Dio more than anybody else in the room.
Look, most of the time when I'm talking to Dio or whatever, it's in a room with a bunch of people.
Who do you talk to the most in private?
I don't know. I don't really talk to many people in private.
Who do you talk to the most in private? Is it Dio?
I respond to Dio's DM. Dio talks.
I don't know
Look,
why you
I
can't answer the
only
question.
respond to DMs. I don't send out DMs. So
Look,
unless like
you
with
watch
very
movies
few
and shit.
people do I
Play
send
Dark
out
Souls.
DMs. So if someone's repeatedly DMing me, then I'm gonna respond to that person, and that's gonna be the most frequent person.
Look, let's put it this way. Let's just rearrange the claim then. Besides regular chat, like everyday general chat, who do you do the most with on Discord? Everything that's not main chat. Who is it predominantly, right? You play Dark Souls with Dio. You watch movies with Dio. Dio PMs you about your fucking exam.
The Dark Souls thing is hardly fair because I've played Dark Souls with anyone like who's willing, right?
I'm not
Anyone
saying
who
you play
plays Dark
with
Souls.
Dio because you like Dio. I'm saying that you have more contact with Dio that falls outside of regular chat than any other person. And it just happens to be that he's the one that responds to that by getting weird.
Look, if
you
you
can
have a
imagine
problem
world.
with my behavior, then tell me how to change my behavior. If you have
We
such a
already
problem
did.
that you feel like calling me out in a public like
We
voice.
What do you
already
guys want her to
did.
stop playing games with
We
him? I don't understand.
already did.
You can make
Layla.
Dio obsessed if you want to.
You
Actually,
guys want her to
I
stop
have no
playing
issue
games
about
with
it.
him?
I think you
I think
guys
it
are
would
trying
be-
to say what she has to just cut all contact with Dio.
Yes, that would be
Look.
the smartest thing without
That's
fucking
not even
crazy, right?
possible, right? Like if he comes into
Minimally.
voice, he's going to be in here,
No,
right?
make all efforts to cut it off.
I
You know
wouldn't
exactly
even
what's
do
being
that.
said.
Look, minimally, you could stop the extracurriculars with Dio. The things where he's probably developing a fondness from are those activities.
Why though? Because I enjoy those activities and I've been explicit. Like it's not my fault that he's
Look, if you're taking
know.
the stance that it's not your fucking problem, then just keep doing it. Show them your titties. Let 'em
Okay,
suck
then
dick.
stop like coming after me in
So-
voice and bringing up
so
this
look-
topic
They're
over and
friends.
over and
They're
over
friends.
again.
Leela
Let's
doesn't.
just
You're
acknowledge
asking
it,
Leela
though,
to
right? So
end
you're
her
just saying
friendship
that
with him.
You don't
You're
mind doing
asking
these
Leela
things,
to
even
end
though
her
he might
friendship.
develop.
Guys, you're asking Leela to end her friendship with Dionysus because
We know.
Dionysus is obsessed with her.
Yes. That's what you do with a fucking crazy person. That's
But
exactly
Gigi,
what you do.
Gigi, you even came in and said that you were concerned about him being as obsessed.
I am concerned about Dionysus, but Leela asked me last night what behavior would I have of hers would I have her change, and I couldn't think of anything. I don't think that she's actually doing anything wrong. I just want her to
I
be
agree with you. But the thing is just, and I made the example, there are men that you can walk up to, say hello and smile, and they're completely going to misconstrue it. They're going to take it as that you want to fuck them. You know control
Leela,
over that. But these are
Leela's
things
made
that
it
you
clear.
have to be aware of.
But Leela has knows that, and she's made it clear to Dionysus that is not her intention.
Look, one simple solution is you could just stop playing Dark Souls with Dio and play with somebody else.
Why?
Yeah,
She's-
see
No
how
one
you-
else
how you
plays
react
on
to that.
PS4.
Look,
And also, I enjoy playing with Dio, right?
Look, it depends on your goals, right? Godless, it's very simple. If you have the goal, if your goal is to have someone be less obsessed, there's actions you can take. Layla's just saying she doesn't care if he's obsessed. Her goal has
look,
nothing
you
to
can
do with
care.
reducing
She
his
can.
obsession.
She can wish that he wasn't obsessed, but still not be willing to sacrifice her friendship and playing games with him for that sake. For his sake.
Yes, Godless. If she's saying that she prefers her friendship despite the fact that he has like odd feelings about her, that's fine. But she's going to catch an endless amount of shit for that.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? It's just
You
stringing
just
somebody along.
contradicted yourself because you said if
How is
she,
it stringing somebody along?
Justin,
That's
you
so
just
stupid.
contradicted yourself because you
you
said
know-
if she prefers her friendship with Dionysus. Jesus Christ! I fucking hate this bot. This bot is so fucking
I love the
annoying.
bot. Gives us these moments. Shut the
Look,
fuck up.
Justin contradicted himself. Justin contradicted himself. He said if
Go
she
ahead,
prefers
guys.
her friendship with Dionysus and playing games with him, that's fine. But then he said he's going to give her shit for it. If it's
I didn't
if
say
it's
I was
fine.
going to give her shit. I said people are going to give her shit. Just, use your fucking ears. What I'm
Okay,
saying
well
is...
that's what she's telling you. That's what she's telling you, Justin. So if you're not going to give her shit for it, then shut your mouth
All right,
about it.
so, regardless, everything you said is good, noted, registered. I've written it down. Now I'm going to move on. So what I'm saying is, Layla, the reason people are going to give you shit is because when you acknowledge the fact that someone has weird feelings and you don't care to change that, right?
But I have for like the 1,000th time.
And as I pointed out, they haven't been sufficient. And knowing that, you're continuing. You're knowingly continuing with insufficient measures against it, right? So
I think they have changed his behavior, but like in moments of weakness, I think he like blurts out something he wish he hadn't.
Jesus.
Leela,
Good luck, Leila.
Look,
Just
Leela,
do what
why
you
are
want.
you
Good luck.
wasting your time justifying yourself to these people? I mean, what is there to gain from any
Probably
of
the
this?
same reason you
Look,
said
if I tell them, I told them at the very beginning, Ace, I was like, I'm sick of this conversation. I've had it a million times. I don't feel anything wrong with my actions. But then they say that I'm running or that like I can't like talk about this for whatever reason.
Leave it at that, Leela. You don't have to justify anything.
Yeah,
Here
yesterday,
comes the
Dio
white knight.
actually
Here comes
spurred
Ace.
out. Yeah, Dio actually spurred out so hard yesterday
Fucking
about
white
Layla
horse.
that I think it renewed the interest.
Look, Leela, I think to be honest, the best thing you can do for yourself, you and your nerves, because I mean, this has become like a beat up.
I don't know. I don't understand why this is controversial.
Over and over again. I feel like every time, like I just talked about this last night.
Exactly. So Leela,
Every time I enter the room, I feel like I'm talking about Dio.
So Leela, let's deal with one person. Let's deal with one
Hey
person.
guys, hello. I'm talking to Leela here. So Leela, the best thing you can do right now, not respond. Just if they ask you a question, you are under no obligation to give them an answer.
So Leela, let's just handle one person at a time. So Justin should be done because he said if you just prefer your friendship and playing games over him not being obsessed, that's fine. So Justin, he said other people might give you shit, but he shouldn't be giving you shit about it anymore because he's fine with it. So who else? Declan?
Oh, yeah.
Declan, why should she have to give up her fucking friendship with Dionysus and playing games which she enjoys just because
because what I discern from her is that what she says is that she really, truly doesn't want a relationship outside of a friendship with him. But she knows exactly how he feels. And if she's smart, she knows that staying a friend with him will lead him on. In other words, it's not her fault. I'm not saying it's her fault. But he's in such of a batshit crazy fucking area that he's gonna be led on by her being friends with him.
Yeah, but she's
off
made
the
it
internet,
clear to
Layla.
him that she doesn't want a relationship, so that's not her fault, and she doesn't
I
want
didn't
us
say
to.
that it was. That wasn't my claim.
Remember, Leela, you're under no obligation to answer.
I don't think you have to ruin a friendship to bring his expectations down.
Well, how?
What
you guys are
am I
saying she has
supposed to
stop playing
say?
Games.
All right,
She has
so
to
look,
stop
can
playing
I
games.
can I just tell you before you both
Nothing,
attack
Leila,
me? Can
there's
I just?
I
say
told
something
him in
Leila,
front of a room of people that he had no
God, I mean, I
chance.
just wanted to say one thing out loud, right? Look, you're both going to acknowledge that you haven't tried. You've tried like 5 things, right? That's it. It's like 5 small things, right? You're acting as if you've gone to the ends of the earth to eliminate all these possibilities, but you've barely done shit.
Yeah, so
look.
so
This is like
her
this
saying
is a
certain things to him
relationship,
is a
right?
different
Which
issue.
means that
Let's
it's
deal
like
with you guys want her to stop playing games.
it's like
with
a
him.
day by
That's
day
ridiculous.
thing that you could alter his expectations. Like it's quite common. People do this at workplaces all the time. This isn't. I tried 5
Justin
things.
said
now
he was
this is
fine
has
with
someone he
alter the
likes to play
relationship,
video
right?
games with. What's the problem with that?
Justin said he was fine with what Leela's response, and now he's bitching.
I'm bringing
again.
up a different point now. I'm saying that the idea that there's a dichotomy between maintaining the friendship and him being weird is ridiculous.
That's what I think.
Options.
Look, Dio is 100% cognizant.
Yeah, there's clearly options that she has.
Status of the relationship and its future prospects. You guys are making mountains out of molehills.
Yeah, Ace, look, when we want
This is
someone who
ridiculous. This is
sounds like he's
ridiculous,
fucking...
Ace. Fucking Layla is victimizing Dionysus, right? It's readily apparent she just needs to get the fuck off the internet because she's doing something immoral just by being around here. Go to servers where Dionysus is not present because you're treating him badly.
Well, Josh,
Go.
this is really all
Fucking
your fault
succubus.
because you told Dio yesterday that he was the most pathetic male on the server, and that's when he spurged out about Layla. And Layla, just to answer your earlier question, why this shit is coming up again, it's because Dio had a fucking Asperger's attack yesterday and brought you up like 6 times. Just in case you're curious where this shit comes from, he literally had a fucking meltdown.
Fucking obsessing
Ace, this is one of those times, Ace. It's one of those times, mate.
for things that matter not. You guys are obsessing about just the most inconsequential things.
Ace,
Ace,
look,
so can I
tell you?
Let me just ask you a question real quick. Let me just ask you a question real quick, Ace.
Please, can I? Ace, if you reckon that an entire room is picking up on certain things, and there's nothing to gain by it, because I don't find it funny at all. So you're saying that the whole room is saying, look, we're seeing things, and they're like noticing different things that are concerning and going, look, this is not stable, this is not. So you're going to say completely, there, everyone is fuck off wrong. Everyone that's picked up on mass delusion. That's brilliant.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question real quick.
It's Dio-induced psychosis. Dio is gaslighting you guys so much. It's fucking hilarious.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Let me ask you a question. I have one question. I have one question for Aces. Okay, one question. That's it. Aces.
Yeah, what's up, Josh?
Would this be a problem if Layla was not around?
What do you mean by that?
Would we be having this discussion if Layla was not around?
As in ever? Like if Layla never joined the server?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. If she wasn't here, then there would be no one for Dionysus to freak out over, right? She wouldn't be victimizing him, so she should just leave, get out, right?
Victimizing is a strong word.
I mean, isn't the entailment that we should just ban Dio?
I thought it was that we should ban Layla.
Look,
no, because that's not going to stop, right? Because
I didn't think no, I was talking about banning anyone.
he's just going to be victimized and obsessed in other ways, right? If the idea, Dio's feeling one day, right?
Blame the victim. Blame the
knowing
victim.
that.
Well, I'm gonna head out. You guys have fun.
He has his own server now. What the fuck are they gonna do to ban him?
Bye, fuck boy.
Oh, come on, Justin. You and I both know he's coming back. Come on, what the fuck?
I don't know.
I think Josh is being sarcastic and like making fun of the people that are claiming these things.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious, Godless.
You know that you think that he's going to come back, Justin, right?
I think it'll be a while.
Oh, you want to bet?
Yeah.
How much?
Well, what's the timeline, dumbass?
A month? Is that a while? Is a month a while?
I'll do a month, yeah.
I'll bet you $100 he comes back into the server within 1 month.
Well, what constitutes coming back? Just
Yeah,
like
exactly.
merely rejoining
I'm
or
talking
what?
about a sustained presence back in here, not what he literally just did 5 minutes ago.
Define sustained presence.
I'm saying he comes back and settles in like a regular.
Wait, he came in?
He came in 5 minutes ago.
What,
I don't think
what
he'll come
happened?
back and settle like a regular for at least a month.
Well, I was here 7 minutes ago and I didn't hear him, so that's not true.
Shut your fucking mouth.
I mean, what you're saying is just like I don't know how to arbitrate that.
Well, I don't know either, but that's the bet. I'm not going to take a bet that he's not going to fucking pop in.
On a side note, I did think it was fucking hilarious, Leila. So we told you that Dio was obsessed with you. You said you thought he wasn't obsessed with you, but then came back in here and said, these guys in here are obsessed with me.
Yeah, that was funny.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait, Dionysus
Remember-
came in and said that the people in here were obsessed
No,
with him?
Layla went and fucking got him. It was even worse.
Jesus Christ. Layla.
Declan, shut the fuck up. Leela doesn't even fucking respect you.
not even Layla respects. Oh, I get what Dionysus was saying there. He was just saying that Layla is so low because she's been victimizing him for so long. She's such a piece of shit that you can't even garner her respect. That's what that means. She'll just give respect out like it's fucking like it's like those fucking lollipops that they give out of the dentist office, right? Not even Declan gets her respect.
Look, I don't think this is a huge deal, right? I don't think there's like a lot on the table here at risk, but
what are you talking about? This is two people's lives, Justin. Two people's lives hang in the balance.
Look, I'm just gonna say that I think there's more that can be done than what's been done so far to fucking change his expectations. I just don't buy the idea that everything's been exhausted and now it's just roll the fucking dice. It's been a while.
I mean, this whole situation just fucking boggles my mind. It's fucking...
You spend too much time thinking about it, Declan.
No, it's not even that. That's the thing, is that I don't have to. That's the thing. Like, it's not something I have
You
to
yourself
think
have
about.
brought this conversation up like 3 times to me. Like,
Yeah,
you've
I
initiated this conversation.
You know why? Because in all 3 times, it was all in virtue of Dio losing his shit over this very topic.
Yeah, why do you care?
Because it's interesting.
That's what I'm saying. You
come on.
spend too much
This is
time
what-
thinking about it.
This is what the server does, Layla.
It's exhausting. I'm tired of this conversation.
Oh, I've been
Oh,
there before. It is
fuck.
exhausting. No one likes it when it's on them.
All right, take a break.
Layla's triggered.
Take a break.
Disconnect
John-
your
John-
Come back tomorrow. Come back
John
tomorrow.
John is
We'll
the
discuss it then.
perfect
Okay.
person. No. John John is the perfect person to be doing right now. Shit on her, John John. Get her.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but
They're blaming. They're trying to blame Leela and say she shouldn't play games with Dionysus because he's obsessed with her.
Godless, you can't even keep track of the fucking claim.
right. Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Just let John John do his thing, boys. Step back.
Well, Leela asked what behavior she should change, and you guys said that it was a problem she played games.
Shut up, Godless. Let John John talk.
Leela's gone.
Oh, damn. Wow, she's a fucking wimp, isn't she?